All right, everybody, welcome. You made it to Friday. Congratulations. It's a Cyber Social Hubs Hubcast. What is today? Today's August 23rd. I can't believe it's the end of August already. My kids started school on Wednesday, so they're back to school. On Wednesday, they went back, and they hated it, every bit of it. I personally love it because, listen, the house is completely quiet. I'm loving it. At least for another hour or so. That's why we do the Hubcast strategically between 2 and 3 Eastern. So no kids in the house why that happens. At least now, again, is the reason being. So, yeah, awesome stuff. So, hey, a couple quick things to catch up on. If you guys missed it, we were honored to be sponsors of PFIC. That event went on this week. And Amber was so nice. So those of you who know Amber from Parabon, she was nice enough to be a guinea pig for one of our new conference platforms that we've done. Some of you have already seen it. We kind of did a test on a Hubcast early days on, and then we put it in full effect for her event earlier this week. Man, it was awesome. I personally loved it. I don't know about anybody else, but what a great event. So. We have a couple things coming up, and the next time I think we're going to use it, and Megan, correct me if I'm wrong here, I know I'm going to get this date wrong. Is it October 16th? Megan, is that when that's happening? Is the 16th? I'm going to wait because I forgot. YouTube is we live 15 seconds or so into the future on it. 16th, hey, I got it right. And that was from memory. That's surprising that happens. That's pretty good. But we got a pretty good summit planned for you guys. So we have some really awesome people lined up for that. It's just a quick one-day thing. And out, get to use the platform and learn all kinds of awesome stuff, just like we're going to learn today. So I am not going to, I think that's everything I needed to talk about. Is that everything? Oh, no, one more thing. Almost forgot is our call for speakers for Cyber Social Con is open. So you just go to cybersocialcon.com and you'll see a little button down there that'll say, hey, submit a talk. So you click that, tell us how awesome your talk is going to be. And I'll probably want to interview you one-on-one and just hear a little bit more about your talk. Just set something up in there, submit the talk. We'll get back to you and hopefully get you in that conference. Again, it's more of a learning, everything we like to do except for the Hubcasts. Hubcasts are what we call the really bad late night talk show we do in the middle of the day, or in my guests' day, end of the day, and they're normally drinking, so they fit right in with the with the Hubcasts on how those typically roll. But again, if you're going to submit a talk for the conference, just make sure it's a learning, that you're actually teaching something. Obviously, we could make half of this stuff possible without the amazing vendors and sponsors we have for all of our events. But teaching, obviously learning something when you're giving a talk is just primo, absolutely primo, because we're passing on some of that knowledge to go along with it. So if you're an independent researcher, by all means, have at it, submit a talk. The conference is, I forgot. Hold on, now I have to go jump over there myself and look. It is Cyber Social Con, if I can spell. That's the big thing. Socialcon.com. Megan's probably going to answer me for it. Okay, so the conference, is December. Are her dates? Why is that showing the old dates, Megan? I just went to cybersocialcon.com and it's showing the old page. Is it just my browser that's being all wonky? Can you go check that for me? Because there it is. It just changed. That's weird. That's so weird. Cybersocialcon.com. That's the right link. You sure it's the wrong link? If you go /home, that's the one from last time. But yeah, anyway, it's December, like Megan said, December 10th through the 12th. And it's in our the brand new platform. So it's really cool. And I showed you guys kind of the platform before with all the awesome stuff that you can do. And there's a lot of networking events. It's going to look a lot different from what you guys saw. So that's a treat to be coming very soon. All right. I think that's everything. I think. Megan, what's the right link then? If you say the one I gave was the wrong link, can you put the right one in there, and I'll make sure that gets out there. But before I go any further here, I want to bring my guests up onto stage and tell Tom to quit putting on his makeup and making sure he's all pretty. He's good. Okay, I can see him now in the background. Let's go ahead and bring him up there. Oh, hi, Tom. There he is. Oh, you could hear me. Dude, I forgot. You could hear in that back room that you guys are hiding in.
Always picking on me, Kevin.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be a fun show if, you weren't here, really. See, it did really significantly reduce the glare from the sun that you're getting, though, when it hits your forehead. So it was good that you did that. So yeah, it helped a lot. Don't let anyone tell you any different.
The efforts we go to.
I'm joking. He wasn't putting on makeup. But at least that's my disclaimer. Now you can believe what you want. You can see Liam's there. Yes, he was. Absolutely. Well, last time I think it was, didn't you say something about under the desk? Or there was a joke about under the desk or something, I think a couple hubcasts ago about it. You guys are all claiming like, I don't know what you're talking about.
This sounds very similar to the conversation we were just having about some dodgy movies that you were involved in.
Hey, I gotta support this the channel somehow. Our OnlyFans page actually makes quite a bit of money. Why do you think most of my friends are farmers? I mean, they help support the channel as well. So, there's the whole thing behind it. This turned dark really quick. You can tell it's Friday. Liam's just sitting there. I'm not sure which direction this is gonna go.
Does this only happen with the British involved, though? Because it seems to be all of our webcasts seem to go this way. It's quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we like to have fun on the show, and you guys are great fun. So you usually have your own little punchy lines. I think, you guys missed some of the back stage ramblings before we went live. That was fun too. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff that you guys got going on. Anyway, how have you guys been?
Good. Busy, it's been good. It's been great. It's good to be back.
Yeah. All right. My first question here for you is, I know in the UK it is late. What time is it there? It is probably 7 something.
Oh.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
And it's Friday. Where's the drink, Tom? You're always good for one sitting there. Ah, there it is. He doesn't let me down. All right. Nothing for Liam today, though, huh?
No, I haven't. I failed, and I had such a great week. We drunk all the alcohol in the office, so yeah, it is a problem.
Yeah,
it's definitely a problem.
So
what is that?
Custom-made beer.
Brewdog British Dad. Cheers to you. There's nothing British about that at all.
Yeah. Here you go, Dad. Here's a beer for you. So.
Excellent.
The kids are buying beer. They're good kids.
Excellent. Are you just drinking water, Liam? Is that what's in there?
No, some kind of lemon cordial.
Oh.
I'm going to razz it with a Pepsi later on. But fun.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't have anything in front of me except boring here today. It's the way it rolls. But you guys, like you said, have been really busy since the last time we have talked. What is it that you have been busy with? And is that something I should direct at Tom?
Well, it's definitely Tom's brainchild, so I'm going to give him the credit here, definitely. Go Tom.
This is like a sink or swim moment for me, where I said to Liam, look, we've always concentrated on sex offences. We understand the mission is really important. But when we've always seen customers using our software for things like CCTV review, we've always gone, why the heck are you using our software for something it was never intended for? So I always said to Liam, wouldn't it be a good idea that we create a CCTV tool for the people that really clearly need one? And having worked in law enforcement, use lots of different tools, there is a gap. and I've always bullied Liam and said, please, please, please let me build a CCTV tool. So we've now built one, and Liam's let me do it, and he's gone, we've created it for you. Now you've got to get it out there and let people use it and play with it and sell it. So yeah, a bit of a pressure moment that we've bullied Liam into using all the developers and the researchers to create something, but it's been busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good.
Now, CCTV is not a term we use too much here in the States. So just basic video camera, surveillance type camera. What else? What else would fall into that category? So, you guys have it much simplified. You have a nice acronym for it. We don't. We're still trying to catch up.
Yeah. So anything that's video-based evidence review. So we know there's always been tools designed. Fiverr have done a really good job. You've got Kinesense, Briefcam. They're all really, really good. But having worked in law enforcement where a lot of my job was surveillance-based, and you had 7 days, 10 days worth of surveillance watching a house, and it's all recorded, someone's then got to review it. And that's where there's always been a bit of a problem area. So we decided we'd create a fix. So we've made a really simple solution that can detect people, vehicles. It doesn't matter if the person's wearing a balaclava or a hijab, it's still going to detect the face and the body. So we've created something really, really easy, cop friendly. So cops can't break it, hopefully. I mean, cops are great at breaking everything. We are good for that. But we've just made this easy. And so far, everyone's played with it said, we cannot believe this hasn't been done before. We needed this because it needed to be cost efficient, really straightforward. Add your evidence in, see the results, annotate, enhance, and report. So I kind of went away on holiday, and we knew the product was in its beta stage. It was kind of final testing, have a couple of weeks away with the family and the kids. And then we've had the riots here in the UK. So the reason why we've been so busy is we've had literally most of the big cities have all decided to fight each other. The cops have done an amazing job of getting everything back under control. But as you can imagine, the UK has more CCTV cameras than any other country in the world. Plus all the body-worn cameras, dash cam footage. Every riot you see on YouTube or Twitter, X, everyone's filming it. Even the idiots that are doing the fighting, they're filming themselves doing it. So there's an immense amount of CCTV being seized. And what we've said, whilst I was on holiday, I was sat on the beach and the riots kicked off. And I said to Liam, this is a great opportunity. We need to get the tool in the hands of the cops now. So we've said, right, for the next 2 months, the software is totally free. Have as many licenses as you need. Start reviewing, get the suspects and create your reports and get these people before the courts as fast as you can. So the government's got behind it and said, we're opening some of the prison spaces. This isn't going to be tolerated. And take positive action as quick as you can. So yeah, every police force in the UK has now been offered the licenses. Lots of them are now using it to great success. So yeah, it went from a slow release of a brand new product to everyone can have it. And yeah, we've been working some long shifts to help out.
Yeah. Now, when did you release this? When did this actually, what was your official date on this?
Literally, we released it last Monday. But we were, when the riots kicked off about 2 weeks ago, so we were slightly earlier to let the cops in the UK have earlier access. Yeah. And then we obviously have a roadmap of the hundreds of other features that I want the developers now to build into it. But yeah, it would have been nice to have had a slower rollout, but great to be helping.
That's amazing. The timing is even phenomenal. Now that makes me a little suspicious what Liam was really doing in the back end of kind of, hey, the riots just happened to be there when this product comes out.
No.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the official disclaimer. No, there it is.
No, I seem to buy lots of like bottles and bricks and things just before I went away. Yeah.
See, loading the back of trucks with all the bricks and things to drop off in certain locations and bussing in people. took a play out of the U.S. tactics, I see.
Learn from the best. Yeah, I
So,
think it's been phenomenal. I mean, we wanted to do a slow rollout. I mean, again, kudos to Tom. I got to give it. It's his brainchild. But the thing that gets you is when you redesign an app like 4 times. Um, I mean, that's it. I mean, we've been building this thing for at least 18 months, but in the background, like a bit of a slow burn, kind of developer wide, getting stuff right. And then we changed the front end 3 or 4 times in the past 3 or 4 months. Um, yeah, we didn't think we were going to release it so quick, but it's been used really, really, really efficiently, really well. It's made a huge difference in the UK, certainly over the past couple of weeks. Great, and it's not cost them a penny. And it's already been used abroad. A lot of our great beta testers abroad have used it to huge
mhm.
success. So it's great. I mean, I think the point for me was, I've always been, it's about every victim, and Tom's got right, victims, you've got adult victims in different areas as well. But when we go and do training, and I definitely saw that earlier this year with the fantastic Canadians I was training in person as well, there were a number of units that turned up that were just using S21 for CCTV for road or for murder investigations and all this kind of stuff. And I was thinking, it's sort of X's overkill for it. Is X is the full suite, Laser Eye X is the full suite. It's got like thousands of features you're never going to need, but they were coming in training just because it was so good at what it did. And I just thought, okay, Tom's got a great point. We've got to make something that gives them just the core features of everything that they want.
Hmm.
Um, it looks pretty. I mean, you displayed the website there. I have to say, it looks lovely, and we're really proud of it. Yeah, we've got to say we're really proud. And for the development team, because I'm a geek, we're all really proud of it. Like, it's come such a phenomenal way, and to just chuck in hundreds of thousands of hours of video, whatever else, and it one click and suddenly every face, every color, every vehicle. Yeah, it's quite cool. I have to say.
I think it looks pretty nice. I mean, that's the first time I jumped onto the site. Was well, actually, when I was prepping for the show, I popped on to at least try to learn a little bit about what you guys were wanting to talk about. And I'm impressed. The interface looks very nice. I like it because it's someone like me can run it. It looks very simple to run. There's just a few basic pieces of it, and I appreciate that. Number one, that you've designed it. You guys have me in mind when you create your interfaces, don't you? It's like, can Kevin run this, or is it too hard for him?
A little bit. No, Tom's always came in since he came into S21 5, 6 years ago. He said, it's a case of no one teaches you to use an iPhone, and that's what we need to develop into our software. People shouldn't need to have. It should be able to pick up. Of course, they're going to come to training courses to learn the more advanced features and the workflows and that, but no one should need to sort of teach you how to use an iPhone. So why should someone need to teach you how to use a CCTV product or X or anything? And that's the way we're going with it.
No, it's very good. Give me some of the use case scenarios here. What looking at the interface, obviously it's a little difficult to imagine a use case out of it. Um, well, without giving too much away, obviously you have a lot going on in the UK right now. Um, how is it helpful? How does it? What information can an individual investigator glean from this? How's it beneficial?
So varies, and this is where we wanted to make the product sort of to cover the whole real estate of policing. So we know every crime has CCTV, normally covering some sort of aspect, whether that be shop theft to criminal damage. And if it's criminal damage, it could be someone reporting the side of their car's been scratched and their home CCTV has captured it. The cops may use sort of a public upload capability like the DEM systems or an Axon system. And you could end up with 10 hours of CCTV to review. Now,
Right.
that member of the public wants a quality of service, and to review 10 hours of CCTV, it probably isn't proportionate to that type of crime. So the police historically may have said, look, it's just too much work. Well, now it's not. You can add that CCTV, you can draw over the vehicle, and literally within seconds, the system will say, this is the motion that's happened, just play the motion. So anyone walking by that vehicle will then just show you just that section. So we can take hundreds of hours of CCTV and really narrow it down to specific timeframes.
Wow.
We can then enhance imagery where it's dark. If we've got vehicle registration plates that may be blurry, then again there's a limit because of the quality of CCTV. but we can try and de-blur using some of the AIs we've created to show you the registration plates. Same with if you have facial features that may be poor quality. Again, we have a super resolution capability to improve facial detail that may be enough just for you to look at and say, yeah, I now understand, or I believe I know who that is. So again, there's a limit to where AI can assist, but yeah, from anything from low-level crime where again it's serious to that victim, to the riots where we currently have hundreds of thousands of pieces of footage that have to be reviewed, and we're actually saying, okay, this person isn't only at this particular scene and they haven't accidentally walked into the riot in the middle of a city, but they're seen here, and then they're seen an hour later at another protest. They're there then seen in the background with the same clothing, so we can see that they're throwing missiles at the police. That's enough evidence to say you haven't accidentally got caught up in a riot. So there's lots of cases, but we wanted to make sure, one, it was accessible to the front line for low-level crime, but then also for major incidents such as terrorism. And again, we've had more than our fair share of terrorism attacks in the UK, where again we have hundreds of thousands of hours of CCTV to review, where you can manage that CCTV and you can track a suspect across the city. We can play the CCTV in multiple angles, which is quite clever. So if you have, let's say, body-worn camera from cops on the dash cam footage, and they're traveling to an incident in different vehicles, we can actually play their multiple videos simultaneously at the same time, so they all have the same conclusion point. So it could be suspect gets shot. You can then play that this is the point of the video where the shooting happens, but now rewind 10 minutes before, and now we can see the cruisers and the cops going to the scene and get the different angles. So we can actually see the perspectives of the officers from those different angles as they approach the scene. And obviously the shooting would then occur. So it's a tool designed to be covering many bases to do the basics, or what we would say is still the basics, but anyone can use it. So my wife is the guinea pig. She's a cop. I always say, look, you're not a tech person. Can you use this? If we gave you CCTV and said, go find the suspect, how quickly could you find them? So if she can use it, anyone can use it. So yeah, I have to be quiet because she's the one that has just brought me the beer. But yeah, that's the idea.
As we see a beer just come out of the top of the frame and dump on his head, yeah, that'd be great.
Or a fist if she hears me calling her.
Right. So I want to go back to what you said a little bit about the being able to sync multiple cameras from obviously different perspectives as well. And how does that view across the screen? Is it like in just like we are here in three separate boxes, or is it in separate things that you can kind of just sync them up and look, or how does that work?
So you can have we can change it. So we can have a number of I think we go from now 4 up to 9, if I remember earlier, I think it is, where we can say we can have on the screen the different videos. And the reason we did this was actually it's an American case where they use it in the UK for CCTV training. And it's an American cop who approaches a suspect in a gas station, as you would call. And ultimately, the guy walks away and the cops shoot him. And you watch the video and you say, well, who's to blame? And it's the cop is done. He's going to go to prison. He's murdered the guy. There's clearly this guy is no threat. He's walking away from the officer, and yeah, the cop's to blame. And everyone in the training session, cop's to blame. They then play the CCTV of another cruiser from a different angle who's driving into the gas station. And what you actually see is the guy who's walking away has got the pistol near his chest and he's firing on the cruiser. And obviously the guy in the first video open fires and kills the guy. And then you show that to the trainee cops and say, now who's to blame? Well, the suspect deserved it. He was the one that was causing the trouble. He was obviously putting the cops' lives in danger. And the power of seeing video from different angles can totally change how you then review the CCTV. So the whole idea with us having the multi-sync playback was just that. We want to be able to show the prosecutors and the defence, these are the different angle points. You may not see what you saw in the first one, but let's play it all together and now you see a true picture of what the cops are having to deal with, or the members of the public were filming, and you get that different angle. So yeah, it's very clever.
Yeah.
Very similar to this. Like I said, you see the different boxes, and it will play them all in sync.
Yeah, that's amazing. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Liam. Sorry.
I think there's a film called something like Vantage Point, if I remember rightly, and it's like told from like 6 different people's view of a presidential assassination, if I remember rightly, about 10 years ago. That's sort of like very cool, because you could imagine how this could play each of the different vantage points on screen and actually reveal what's actually happening. It's not, a single point of view. There are multiple points, but seeing them together, synchronizing them with a simple click, it makes it a lot more powerful evidence, especially when you play it in court, as we've already found out.
That's pretty amazing. So it'll auto synchronize as well. I just heard you say in a single click.
Yeah, so you can auto synchronize it, but if you've got, for instance, one where it started a few minutes early or something, you literally go to the point and say, right, start. You just need a familiar point essentially from all of them, and then from there it locks on. You can play backwards, you can play forward, you can scroll, you can scrub, you can capture all the frames at the same time to give you almost like a 360 perspective. Wow. There's some. I think Tom like I say, came with this. I want this. I don't know how we're going to do it. Let's try it. And then that was for the development team to go. Yeah, that's cool. Let's ace it. Let's work out how we're going to do it. That was a cool bit.
Yeah, one of the other ones. What do you say? Different sort of scenarios. One of the scenarios we actually was trained to us when we were doing the project, and it was actually an American investigator who said they had a major, well-known terrorism attack. A bag's put next to a trash can, as the Americans would say, and ultimately, what they had
appreciate, to interrupt you just a second, you're converting a lot of your English to our English, and I like, instead of saying petrol station, right, which I caught on, you're saying gas station,
trash can instead of a bin,
right?
We are clever at S21. We can translate.
That's your next piece of software, to actually translate
we are
British English to American English. And
we are correct though, because we did make the language, so we do say it correctly.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah. Well, so one of the American cops had said one of the issues they had with a terrorism case was the bag's placed next to the trash can. Obviously, there's a large explosion. They had lots of different evidence samples, but they couldn't track back very easily the suspect. So they knew, obviously, all the different videos go bang at the same time. So what you can do is you can put the 9 videos that you're interested in. You know that the explosion is going to happen at the same point, but you get the different angles. So when you track back that the suspect has placed the bag next to the bin, when you're playing the videos backwards, they're all playing backwards at the same time. So then from a different angle, you see the person walking around the corner. On the other camera, you see them walking down the streets. On the other camera at the same time, because they're all in sync, you can then say, well, that car's driving down that road, and we can still see the person walking. So because the videos are all playing at the same time, it's easier to track back someone's activity from a point that we all know when their bag was dropped. So yeah, there was a cop in America who said, it was a nightmare for me to do this. It would have been really good for me to have had this feature. And we're like, okay, that's similar to what we were building anyway, but we'll build it for that purpose as well. So yeah, we build everything at a price point that's cheap.
Yeah, a dozen, if not more incidents. And I have a terrible memory from when I used to have to do video forensics and try to sync everything up. It was horrible. It was horrible. This made it so much easier. So much easier.
And this is V1. This is V1. We have plans for lots of other things. And Liam always goes, stop using my developers to build things, but it's cool. I enjoy what we can do.
Yeah, push the envelope. Let's push the envelope. The most innovative company in friends. Let's keep pushing that envelope. Keep going.
I'm going to paste this into, well, maybe I will paste this into chat. There we go. And I think I already put this into the description, this exact link that I pasted in there as I was setting the show up. So it's already there. So if you're not seeing chat, if you're watching the replay of this and the chat's back up, you can check out the link there. Go ahead, Liam. I think I cut you off.
I don't know. Sorry. police went past it, kind of like, oh, they're coming to buy the software already. It's cool.
That wasn't the siren I was expecting to hear in the UK. That was like a US siren almost chirp that I heard out your window.
We're literally on
We'll translate that for you as well.
I think another big use case you mentioned about use cases, one that's already just gone through and we're really, again, it's been used to great success. We know that, again, when you got murders and stuff like that, it was a murder. They had about over 6 weeks of footage from an apartment block. They're trying to work out everyone coming and going. They had descriptions of people in terms of the clothing they were wearing. And I know that the organisation, I won't name them yet, who were looking at it, spent weeks going through the footage, trying to work out all the different people, the different colour clothing that they took on CCTV because they're a great beta partner of ours, and they took it on knowing from the training that we'd got it. And they said that they were able to go in the first day of using it. They went through all 6 or so weeks of footage, and they knew they were looking for a person with, I think it was a red jacket. I don't want to get in trouble. I'll say red. It may not have been red, but literally they would say right person. And then in the drop down red, and it showed you everyone had a red piece of clothing on going into the apartment complex. So they were saying in the first day, they'd gone beyond what they'd already been able to review. Mm-hmm. And they've been 4 or 5 in the past 4 weeks, I think it was at that time, reviewing footage. And they just say it was just stupidly quick to go person, red jacket, and it just showed them instantly across all the 6 weeks.
Hold on. You can search for specific colors and things that you're wanting to achieve.
Screenshot that you showed on the website there, it was that is how simple that is. I don't know if you're able to bring that back up, because again it doesn't need to be. So this actually is the person search. So in the person search on the screen, we actually there's a big button called person, and you click it, and then it says, right, okay, are you looking for just faces or bodies? And there's there you go on the left hand side. You can see the top left corner is a checkbox. There we go. Click people, it shows you all the people. Then it says you want bodies or faces, just in case you want faces on the right instead of bodies. And then you can see below you've got a 360 color spectrum. You just simply click the color you want, and straight away it changes and only shows you people wearing that color of clothing. And that's how easy it is. You can do the exact same with vehicles. So you can hit vehicles, and you can say, right, whether you're looking for a car or a bus. Yeah, you can't click on the website, I'm afraid, but a car, truck, cycle, anything like that. And then if you say, okay, it's a red truck, you literally hit truck and then choose red, and it will then show you red trucks straight away in real time. Once you hit, it shows you where it is in the footage, and which footage you can then double click, and it'll say, right, do you want to enhance the image? And it'll show you the full frame, and you can run enhancements like de-blur or facial upscale, or it'll say, do you want to play it? And then it plays that footage about 2 or 3 seconds before, so that then you can watch that exact frame come into place within the first second or two. And it is literally that easy. So for this case, especially, this is some of the feedback they sent back, having over a month's worth of footage from multiple cameras, and they were going through one by one and trying to watch it. They dropped it all in here, and within the first few hours, they just said, right, I'm looking for a person with a red jacket. They were able to go through 6 weeks of footage of people with red jackets on, and they found the person they were looking for within that first time. Then they would trace it back, they found a vehicle. It would be a fantastic use case, which they've said they're going to help us with on our website once it's gone through court and everything else. But it is that easy. We're talking about, I don't like selling products, that's Tom's, but for the development team, it was about how do we take something so advanced and make it simple. So that's simply how it is to do a person search.
Wow, that looks really, really simple. I would love to see the software, so I'll be getting with one of you to show it. You guys have a video yet of this, of like walkthroughs or how-tos yet?
Yeah, I mean, on the website, like I said, there's some GIFs on the website to show it's not snake oil, it's there, it's working. And when you scroll down, you can see how easy it is to do a target motion search or a person search. It literally is a click of the button. But sorry, Tom, I cut you off there.
Yeah, as I say, the videos, so even within people, when you have a trial of the software, Lee mentioned earlier, we don't agree with sort of charging people high prices for training. All of the training videos are built into the software itself. So we train you within the software. So if you go into our quick start videos in the application, we teach you everything we do. And again, a lot of because it is brand new, there'll be a webinar, which again, Kevin, we'd love you to host and and circulate for us. But we will do a webinar to show people how to use this software. It will be a short webinar because it's a simple tool to use, and you're supposed to be able to use it with very little sort of guidance from us. Again, because we know budgets are tight, there's no point of charging you money to go on a training course when, as our plan has always been, this should be intuitive. And yes, that's the whole idea for all of our products.
It is so straightforward. I haven't touched video forensics in years and years, but this thing, it looks so easy to use. As I was just kind of, I'm gonna have to close your website. I'm gonna be distracted now digging into it. I didn't get that close to the screenshots to see what those buttons were, and until I decided to do it live and then zoom right in, I'm like, oh, look here, I could see more stuff.
So, I mean, without giving too much away, we're working on something which I think will be game changing for body cams. And that's going in next. I mean, that's not going to make V2. That's going to be coming in the next few weeks, I would think.
Yeah. What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Tom, how much you want to say?
Or at least
there's a problem that we always see with body cams, and it's to do with the quality and how they're recorded. And we think the presentation to court should be a lot better.
Gotcha.
And I think when you do have that suspect that's saying the cop's been heavy-handed, or I didn't actually do this, and the video is not brilliant, well, we think we've got a way of improving that for you and to provide best evidence.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah, quite a cool feature that nobody else is doing in the market that we'll bring to the market quite quickly.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to see this. When does see, now I want to know everything. I'm going to ask way too many questions. You guys just feel free to tell me to shut up if you don't want to reveal too much information as of yet. So this is V1 that you were talking about. When can we look at for some enhancements already? See, I'm wanting more nerd stuff already.
There's already stuff planned to go in over the next month already. Stuff that missed the early deploying this across the UK for free for all the riot and everything like that. So yeah, we've got some that just missed. One of the ones we talked about was the body cam. That'll be going in very, very soon. I think that'll make body cam evidence go into court really clear. I think that's the best thing I can say. Under wraps while we just get the white papers on it, and because it's a new AI we've built, and we want to make sure we get the body cams sorted and the white paper done for it, so it can go to court without it being challenged and stuff like that. If it is, then there's literally an AI disclosure. You can press a button and it gives you a full AI disclosure, so you're confident how it works, and it presents it to a court that will stop the challenge. So yeah, I think we're going to see more and more improvements. I think really it also depends on the people. You know, we really want to hear back. I think feedback is immense. We always want to hear feedback, good or bad. If you can send feedback, we will make changes straight away. We're not a company that sits there and says it's going to be 3 months, 6 months, or it's not on our roadmap. Anyone that knows us knows we'll turn it around in days, sometimes the same day. So it really depends on the feedback. So we're not going to say V2 is going to be, there's no more changes till V2. It's going to be putting in exactly what the users want. And if there's something we've missed, let us know, and it will go in V1 in days, I'm sure. Really sure.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, does this work on, like, obviously it's intended for CCTV. I'm trying to think of other use cases. I mean, basically any
mobile phone.
Mobile phone.
It's one of the things. Yeah, so if you've got a Cellbrite or an extraction with a mobile phone product, and you've got the media exports, it'll take their XMLs or their JSON file exports. Mm-hmm. So again, members of the public that have filmed an incident and you've used a kiosk and you've downloaded that phone, mm-hmm. you can then move that media straight in. Single videos, folders full of videos. Yeah, we're still working on one of the questions we know will probably come up is the codec support for all the different Chinese codecs and all the variety of supports. That's not there yet. It's all the universal supports that we currently have right now. But we are looking at how we can intelligently support all the different codecs that are out there. So again, that is on the roadmap for us to look at.
That's pretty amazing. So you can say I extracted, I don't know, a video from a website somewhere that somebody had posted either from social media even. I'm going to bring this over to the OSINT side of the house too. Think of multiple use cases. And someone has a copy of this because you can go back into the source code and maybe extract it direct from there where it's stored. You could run that, as long as you get the file itself, pull it down, you could load it into your tool and still perform the results and get the results that you'd expect.
Yeah. So any video file, which is a great example. So a lot of the riots are video files that we're now taking off Twitter. So historically, obviously, we used to have cops out there filming, or undercover cops filming the riots. Now we just take all the videos off Twitter, add them in. It will find all the faces. We group all the faces that look similar. So it will do the facial recognition and grouping. But yeah, anything really is a video that we can play. That's a standard format, straight in, and we'll process that for you. The clever thing with the example that Liam said, I think, Liam, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 30,000 different video files.
There were a big amount,
Yeah, so it was about 30,000 video. And what we found is, like surveillance footage, it chunks the video up into either time or file sizes. So if you draw over the doorway of a house and you say, I want to know who's come out of that house, you don't want to do that 30,000 times. So because we know the scene is exactly the same, we say to the first video, here's the doorway. The doorway is always going to be in the same place, so do the same action on all 30,000 videos and now present me the results. So it's looking at how we intelligently design the software to make it less repetitive for the user. But in terms of enhancement, what you said, there's already some very cool enhancements in there. Recolorization. So if you have black and white CCTV, you can take a frame of the CCTV and take the picture, and we can recolor that picture to see if we can pick up the detail from the levels of the grey to then apply the colours back. So we could work out the colour of the vehicle or maybe the colour of the clothing.
That's scary. You guys have scared me now. The things that you're coming out with, that's pretty amazing stuff that it's able to do. So, I mean, just thinking of the capabilities alone is really going to advance and save time. Because I mean, everything. I mean, in the UK even more so because there's cameras everywhere there. Here, I mean, I think we're a little bit behind on the amount of CCTV cameras that are out and about. I mean, we're catching up slowly, but man, how easy will that make someone's job instead of having to look through hours of footage? And I don't want to speculate on anything that you may be coming out with, but I mean, I'm thinking of your other products in combination with this product already. And I'm like, all right, I just don't want to give anything away in case I do stumble across. Idiots do get lucky sometimes. I would be that person. So, I mean, the technology would be pretty amazing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, in terms of sources, though, if we think CCTV is definitely a big one, but dash cam, most people have got dash cams on their car, insurance purposes and stuff like that. This accepts it. So therefore, if we know we're looking for, hey, someone drove in the side of you as a blue car and you've got hours and hours of dash cam, or dash cam is recording at night, you've got all that in there. Tom mentioned mobile phones, people recording where they're running about with their phone, which might be something we're talking about as well. Being able to work on that really well. Body cams, most police have body cams on now. We're accepting all the body cam footage. Again, being able to pull faces out of it, words out of it, all the different stuff we're talking about. And then obviously improving the quality of the footage, because again, a lot of footage when you're moving can be degraded, so we can improve the quality of that. Everywhere's got video potential.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I, catch something, say I'm out flying my drone and I catch the red car that everybody was looking for, and I was flying for 20 minutes solid, obviously you could search for that red car pretty quickly using the tool as well. That's amazing.
Yeah, I
think that's definitely one of the tricks, because when we look at how AI works, and I think that's the Liam's background is all AI. If you train an AI to detect an object and it's on a flat surface, for instance, so if you train an AI to detect a gun and the gun's always photographed on a table, it learns the gun on a flat table. If the gun is then on someone's chest or on the hip, the AI won't detect it because that's not what the AI has been taught what the object looks like. It's the same with when we look at our vehicle detection and the people and faces detection. We know that people will cover their faces if they're going to commit crime. So we needed to be able to have a way of detecting body parts quite well. Same with vehicles. If you're using a drone, or this is being sold to the military intelligence teams and it's UAVs, and they're looking for vehicles, we needed to know not what a vehicle looked like from its roof, so that the different angles could be taken into account. We don't want it just to know what a vehicle looks like from a side-on view. So that's the difference between, I think, us and some of the companies that have tried doing this before. They've not thought how the AI really should be worked, and we apply that extra bit of detail because we've learned that from our backgrounds.
That's pretty amazing. Now I know, again, I'm about to make a funny here, just because I don't know, random crap comes to my mind as we're sitting here chatting. So if I needed to find specifically where Gandalf the Grey became Gandalf the White in a 3-hour long movie, we could probably find that pretty quickly then, right?
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Something totally non-dark and so crime related, but hey, I thought of it. I'm like, hey, all the applications you didn't think of. That's why I'm here, guys. I'm here for you for those ridiculously stupid use cases that'll never happen. But no, this is really impressive stuff. I cannot wait to see this. Man, this is impressive, and you can get a free trial. I'm looking at this right now. This button says "Get a free trial."
Yeah, we're not a company that's going to sell you software or provide you software and say you buy it and it might work. You trial it, and you trial it till you're happy with it. Because if you want to embrace the software and you want to build it, we want to make sure it works in your infrastructure. We want to make sure that you've got the budget to buy it, and we're not going to say after 7 days that's it. If something's not working correctly, we fix it because we're selling you a product that will work. So yeah, the trial really is till you're ready to buy it. You've got the software to a limit. We're not going to give it you for a year to trial, but no, we definitely want to make sure it's doing what we intended it to do.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing. I just there's a place that you can download the flyer on the right next to the trial button too. That I was kind of just glancing over as well. So if anyone wants more information, by all means, click the button. You can get some more information by downloading the PDF there. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. How long did it take you to train some of these models?
Well, some of them we've been training for years because they've come from Laser IX, our primary tool. Sure. So some of them have been there, but they've not been used specifically for, the CCTV style objects. Then when we took those that are already heavily trained, the idea was then, are they good enough to do CCTV? So we had to work with, footage where it's not going to be, maybe human level. It's going to be top of the building. It's going to be obscure angles because it's going to be CCTV, or it's going to be in a car. So we had to add on extra training. Some of the models we had to completely redo. Others we were able to train on top of. So we already knew we had a really good model. And then we were able to train on top of it to account for other variables like, distance and an angle of measurements and stuff like that. So that's the geekiness. I'm not going to bore you to it. So they range. Like I say, we were able to use some of the ones we had before, which is how we've been able to accelerate the development so quickly. And then again, this has sort of been Tom's bashing me for years, and I know when Tom bashes me for stuff, it's going to happen generally. So I was able to kind of like preemptively. So the development team started working well before Tom even realised we started working to be able to handle it. So months to retrain some of the AI models, and some have been years in the making.
Wow.
The strange thing working with Liam though, Kevin, is we have fallout of product. So whilst we're developing the CCTV tool, somebody said it would be really good if we could have voice detection within the CCTV tool. We're like, well, okay, why? It's like we have to transcribe all of our interview tapes when we're interviewing our suspects. And we want to use the CCTV tool for that. And we're like, it's not designed for that. Like, what do you actually want? We want to listen to our audio tapes, transcribe them and diarise them, so who's talking and have the report generated. We created that product for them in a week, Liam. I think about a week. And we just had a side project for a customer, and we said, there you go. If you want to have that, you can buy that for next to nothing, and we can now diarize all your interview tapes. So instead of a person having to there listen to something and transcribe it, you add it to the software, it transcribes, diarizes who the talkers are, and yeah, easy. And that was a side project of the CCTV project.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. I need to figure out something, see how long it's going to take you guys to develop it. I'm going to figure out something. I'm going to put in the Kevin request.
Please don't. I've already got. You can't see, but I already have like boards and digitized boards of Tom's weird dreams and fantasies. But yeah, we make them good. It's nice to have the challenge. I think what's nice is it's making the difference. And even with CCTV already, it's really rewarding to know we've made the difference. To be able to already catch a series of a few murderers, potential murderers, once they're convicted, to already help with the riots and help convict some of the rioters. It's really rewarding. It's making a difference. And it's allowing cops to use their time to be cops. I don't think they should have to be spending all the time processing and doing all the mundane stuff. They need something that says, right, we'll do all the heavy lifting. You guys be the experts, be the cops, be the heroes. You know, you guys have done the interviews, come in, right, I'm looking for a guy with a red jacket, John. There it is, right, that's the guy I want. Click, I want that in my report. There's my report. I'm going back in the evidence room or the witness room and interview room more to the point. And I'm going to now print out, there it is, there's you, got what I want. That's great. That's what we like.
Now, is this available to private sector as well as in law enforcement, both? Okay. So I know a lot of attorneys are going to be mad at you. Their billable hours are going to go way down. They're like, wait, I used to be able to charge 20 hours for this case, and I did 1.
Well, they can be a lot more successful by doing a lot more cases now.
There you go. Or just raise their rates, be done with it.
It's strange because, again, I think because the UK we are covered in cameras. One of the biggest side effects that we always look after law enforcement and military first, but it's been the private industries that have come back to us saying, if you walk into a shop, you as a citizen in the UK are entitled to a copy of the CCTV, but they have to annotate and blank out everybody else's face in the shop and then only leave you uncovered. And that's a legal requirement. If the shop doesn't do it, they can be fined by the UK government. So There's a huge industry now where you have to be able to make CCTV available to anyone, but protect everyone else's identity that's obviously not the person that's asking for access. So when we were playing with this and obviously starting the development, we did have private companies saying we need a solution that's cost effective, because there are solutions out there that can already do this, but they're tens of thousands of dollars. You've already said our flyer, the prices are on the flyer. I think we're probably one of the only forensic companies now that will advertise our prices. But a site license, it's about $100 a license. So for a site basis, this thing isn't expensive. And again, we don't need to aim, and we're not share run. We want to provide solutions that work and get our name out there and help people.
I think this is going to be a huge hit for you guys. Congratulations. This is amazing. Yeah. And the pricing, I wasn't going to talk about the pricing, but yeah, you guys put it right out there. And I personally, as a consumer of a lot of nerd stuff, I like to see the pricing. I don't like to have to talk to, no offense, Tom, someone from sales in order to get my price. I like to see it. I'm like, okay, I can swing that budget. I guess I will call Tom up after all.
I think,
go ahead.
It shows a fairness, doesn't it? It shows a fairness that everyone's being treated the same. And there isn't an agency, because they're a big 3-letter agency, having to pay a lot more just because they have a bigger budget. Everyone's treated the same. You need the solution to help you do your job.
Absolutely. Man, there was one other thing I was going to mention, and I completely lost my train of thought by trying to make a funny joke about Tom in there, and it just threw me off completely. Hey, also, audience, if you have any questions, feel free to post it into chat. I know there's quite a few of you here, and you're sitting really quiet, so either you're completely intrigued with this, or you're just amazed that shiny spot is not showing on Tom's head. So one of the two things are happening. I'm not sure which it is, or they're actually probably all on the website right now, looking at the exact same thing I is. I have to turn that off. I'll keep looking. Somebody had something else. Yeah,
they do get you. Yeah, no, it's been a busy week. We've got another product as well going on. So it's 2 new products, 2 new weeks, and then hopefully a little bit of time off for summer. Probably not. Yeah,
no.
Probably not.
Summer isn't it? Summer's over for you guys for the most part, isn't it?
We didn't have a summer.
Aha.
We have a day where it doesn't rain. That's summer.
That's summer. Tom, you're still looking a little tan. I mean, you're not typically. You don't have your UK complexion on. Liam has it on, and he's sporting it well. But Tom, yours is yeah.
He's back. That's why. I mean, 2 weeks.
I had a week in Greece, looking at the news, going, "Oh, look, the right in England," and my wife was like, "I wonder if they'll call me back to work." Like, hopefully they won't. Just turn your phone off.
You were away for 2 weeks.
Yeah, winter. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Quiet. It was beautiful.
I was waiting for it.
The company's never run so well. Beautiful.
Yeah, even Momo says summer's over. Summer's over. Yeah.
Oh, glad.
Oh my goodness, guys, it is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
Yeah, so next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for next week we're releasing an automation tool for X-Ways. So if anyone like us loves X-Ways forensics, we're automating X-Ways forensics with a new product. And
really?
Very cool as well.
Oh, yeah. Where did I see something like that? Are you guys doing something with us about that?
Probably, yeah.
We can do.
No, I think there's something going out.
Yeah. I think I saw something about that go because I knew about this, and I'm like, where did I read that? It came through. It came through us actually was where I saw it. That came up. That'll be fascinating to see that because I know that's a lot of the big pain points there.
A little GIF on there as well on the website. Mesmerizing. I wouldn't go to it or we'll run over. But there's a little GIF on there. It is that easy. A single window application controls multi-disk imaging, processing, carving, media extraction, opening Laser IX, processing everything in Laser IX, connect to the GAD. That's 2.8 billion records now. It's phenomenal. There's a workflow for both CCTV on that flyer that shows that we've done some trials with some of the forces, and they're showing phenomenal case turnaround time. I think they did 4 cases on one of our case studies we did with them in a day. Being able to do 4 separate cases in the day, that's just unreal. And then Laser IX, so Automate X again, very similar, shows you the I think we can start a case within a day or day and a half rather than 5 days on a manual workflow. So it keeps us busy.
Well, I would say you guys are so busy. Holy, I mean that one's amazing, and then this other that I'm now looking at here, I invite everyone to please go visit the website and take a look. Do you sleep at all? Do you get any rest?
No, I don't know if you can see him. No, not really.
Tom's fine. He's been in Greece, so he's been good. So he looks good.
Hence the makeup.
Oh yeah, that fresh powder up does wonders.
He just kind of like throws a hand grenade in a room and then walks away. I need these. Yeah.
I'm off to Greece.
That's
See
the beauty of sales. The beauty of sales. Kids, work hard at school, become a salesman.
Don't go into IT, kids. Don't do that.
No, don't. Oh, that's so great. That's so great. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to mention, to talk about, anything you got coming up, or doing something somewhere else that people need to be aware of? I put you on the spot.
No, I think we'll do the webinars. So yeah, we'll do the webinars for both the CCTV product and the Automate X, Automated X-Ways and Laser IX. There will be 2 webinars coming out soon, which will again circulate through you, Kevin, which will be brilliant. But yeah, we're just available if anyone needs any help. Like I said, the roadmap's full of features, but please let us know what your pain points are in policing within the digital world, and we'll see how we can help. So yeah, it's good.
I think for me, just on a tech front, even if you've tried another CCTV product and it might work great for you, that's great. If you tried it, it doesn't work, or even tried it, and it's great, just give this one a blend. Just see what it can do, because it really does push the envelope on what can be done with CCTV reviews so quick, and the AI is just phenomenal in it. I think just giving it a try, just to know what's out there, if nothing else. We're not pushy sales. I have some free training. The worst you can do is say, "Hey, I tried it, wasn't my thing," but I think you're gonna love it. So yeah, just give it a go. Don't be put off by what others have claimed to be able to do and not delivered. I think that's a real big thing. A lot of people we've worked with have said they're always hesitant because they've been told, "Oh, they'll get vehicles, or oh, they'll get colours out," and then it doesn't work. And then they've tried it out, loved it, and now they've got it. But I think that's the only thing. The feedback we get told from everyone is just tell people to have a go and see it actually does work. It actually can work, and not to worry about historic.
Yeah, the way it looks, I mean, the product's going to speak for itself, and that's why I love the fact that you guys have a free trial. Just go get it started, and maybe I have a small case. I just want to say, hey, is this going to be something good? And once you get results, you're going to convince yourself. That was brilliant on your guys' part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, we're in Blue Mountain, Canada later on this year, which would be fantastic. Looking forward to that, and hopefully joining a lot of stuff with yourself, which we're looking forward to as well. You mentioned earlier on some of the stuff coming up, so we're looking forward to being part of that. That's really exciting.
Yeah, you are part of that very first summit we have on October 16th, aren't you? That's right.
Looking forward to it. We can't.
If it tanks terribly, we blame Megan, okay? But if it's a success, then I'll take full credit for it. How's that? Does that work?
It's the right way of doing it, definitely.
She's probably not even paying attention. She's probably working in the background. And she heard her name. She's like, what are they saying? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's very rude, but that's how I roll. Very good. Well, Tom, Liam, thank you guys so much. As always, I always look back at the clock. I'm like, we went over. I'm 4 minutes over without even knowing it. And so I appreciate your time on this, and phenomenal work on this product. I am excited to see it in action. And man, I'd like to throw some videos at it myself. And I'd like to do a personal testimonial just to say, hey, yes, this thing works. Because video was always the fun thing. And obviously we still do video to this day. We're constantly creating videos here through Cyber Social Hub and through the other companies we have nonstop. So now it'd be phenomenal to kind of give it a go if you guys are open for that.
Absolutely. We'll send it across. Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, guys. Hey, don't go anywhere. For everyone else, thanks again for hanging out. We're going to have another episode, I think, again next week. If you need to get a hold of these guys, just head over to the website. They have some contact forms there, and they're quick to respond to you. Great, as you can tell, great bunch of guys. You may get made fun of a little bit. No, I'm kidding. They won't do that. Only me. But they'll be sure to get back to you really quick. Again, guys, thanks so very much. Appreciate your time that you hang out with us, and we'll talk again real soon.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, everyone, for joining.